Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today we have another unboxing video. This is of course for the legendary Big Boss Man from WWE. This is Elite Collection number 90. But if you guys follow the card games that we also do in this channel, you'll know that Big Boss Man is actually very similar to the Big Boss Man who has stolen the gimmick. And Big Boss Man is an actual bus driver and actually looks quite a bit like Big Boss Man, with the exception of the goatee. He doesn't have a goatee. But other than that, he does look like him. And even when he's wearing his bus outfit, he does look like Big Boss Man, which is absolutely hilarious. So, this is going to be the figure review of obviously the WWE legend, the Elite, the Big Boss Man, the first ever hardcore champion. Of course, Big Bubba in WCW, and you can get an alternate version of him where he wears the black, which looks more like his WCW outfit. This is more in line with his original run in WWE, or in WWF at the time, in the early 90s, and there you can see him there in all of his glory, big old Big Boss Man himself. And also in the line you can also get Randy Orton, Jey Uso, Mustafa Ali, Big Boss Man, Bronson Reed, and Reckoning, who is now Mia Yim, or Meacham, as she is also known. And so here we are. Let's open it up, and this video is probably going to be a little bit more fun than what we normally do, because especially towards the end is what I am expecting. It's going to be more fun for if you follow any of the current cosplay guys. But the first part is of course doing the proper review and seeing how Big Boss Man looks. Big Boss Man was always a favourite of mine. I always loved him from the early 90s. The point that I started watching wrestling was, let me think, the first pay-per-view I ever stayed up to watch was the 1999 Royal Rumble, which was won by Vince McMahon. Spoilers. Spoilers for a decades old pay-per-view. And the first pay-per-view I ever watched was right before that, which I believe was... It was The Rock's own WWE In Your House pay-per-view, which I believe was called Rock Bottom. And before that was Deadly Games, where The Rock first became the corporate champion, not the people's champion, and started working for Vince McMahon, the corporation, because they redid the angle where they screwed over Bret Hart from the year before, apart from they screwed over Mick Foley and gave the title to The Rock, which started their legendary feud of that. So at that time, Big Boss Man was past his 1990s career. Well, we've just ripped that part of the box there. It's alright, it wasn't planned keeping the box anyway. But at the time that I started watching, Big Boss Man was the enforcer to the corporation. He was a hardcore champion, and he, at that year's WrestleMania, had that Hell in a Cell match against Undertaker. Now, it goes down in history as being not a particularly good match, but I was young at the time, and I really loved it. I was like, oh my goodness, they actually did that to Big Boss Man, oh my goodness. No spoilers there, go watch WrestleMania 15 if you want to see the end of that match. It is cool though, but yeah, like back then, me being a little kid was all right into the kayfabe and was like, oh my god, wow, I can't believe that, oh my goodness. And I remember asking my parents and saying, hey, do you think they would actually do that? And my mom being like, you can see the rope that he's attached by a harness on the back. And it's like, oh okay. Which completely ruined the illusion that it was real for me. It's like, oh alright. But it was a very cool visual, to say the least. Okay, here we are. There we have Big Boss Man out of his packaging. He, of course, does not come with the ball and chain and a big stick, as his entrance theme would have you believe. He does come with his nightstick, and he comes with handcuffs, which is very cool. We also have 4 alternate hands. For anyone that is new to the channel, what I do is I do the entire unboxing from start to finish, no jump cuts, and you get to see everything exactly the way that it is when I get it out of the packaging. So I know a lot of YouTubers out there will just immediately jump cut to the figure being opened, and you don't get to see what things look like, and sometimes you miss out what accessories comes with it. But here, you get to see everything. And that is one of the things that I pride myself on, is showing off all of the different parts. So, we have the 2 pointing fingers, we have 2 closed fists, we have the hat, which says Big Boss Man on it, you can see there. Very nice. And we also have the very cool the nightstick. Very different from a walking stick, indeed. So it's very cool because the original figure of Big Boss Man I had also came with a nightstick. So that's very cool to see. Except back then he wore his SWAT gear because that was what he was wearing at the time. Fortunately, the real Big Boss Man is no longer with us. He did pass away. But his legacy will always remain from the times of which he was a good guy to the times he was a heel, and I particularly remember him feuding with the Big Show and doing the angle with Big Show's father. That was quite a nonsense storyline, to say the least. And I always thought it was unfortunate that even though Big Show was champion and Big Boss Man was going for the championship, well, you can do quite a high kick there. That the storyline was all about, I think it was about Stone Cold and The Undertaker at that point, I think. And I think Rock was still in his feud with Mick Foley at the time. Someone will need to remind me of the dates for that. I might be getting some dates mixed up, but yeah, there we go. So, Big Boss Man, he's got all the articulation that I've been showing you on camera. You can see the shoulders. You only have the singular elbow that all WWE elites do. The hands are removable, and they're on this little ball joint that you can see there that just comes out and clicks in. I think I'm going to keep one of them with the gripping hand. I'm going to give him his nightstick. There we are. Because it is his most iconic accessory, I would say. Nightstick obviously came into quite a lot of everything he did. And Big Boss Man was a correction officer before he joined WWE. So his storyline actually fell in with his past. At least I believe that's true. Someone in the comment section let me know if that is true or if I've been worked all of these years, because I am unsure. But no, I'm pretty sure that he was, and that's where Nails came from. You know, that he was imprisoned by Big Boss Man, and they had the storyline that he was wrongfully imprisoned, and that Big Boss Man used to beat him up in prison and things like that. And they were trying to. Well, I don't know what they were doing with that storyline because it didn't really go anywhere, to say the least. But yeah, that is pretty cool. I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do with these. Maybe if you take one of the hands off, you could clip it in, and you could, you could have someone in handcuffs if you wanted. It's a cool little accessory. It's just I don't know what its practicality is. I much prefer the nightstick that he's got there, his baton, if you will. But you can see that there is a lot of detail put into these handcuffs on the chain and around the sides of it, so that is pretty cool to see. And let's very quickly, before we move on, you know what? I'm going to give him his pointing hand as well. So let's just swap out this hand here. We'll put the pointing hand there as well. So their Big Boss Man would be pointing at his opponent and saying, you, yes, you follow the law and order or you will be hit with this nightstick. And that was almost his entire gimmick. I do love Big Boss Man. But Yes. So, let us do the fake finish to this video first. So, for anyone not wanting to stick around and watch the nonsense that portrays afterwards, that's where the end of the video will go. And there is the lovely view of the Big Boss Man in all of his glory. Very cool to see, very nice figure. Of course, big old figure like Big Boss Man was, a big husky fellow, so very cool to see that they've kept that, they've incorporated it into his look. And I think it's a really good rendition of Big Boss Man. So if you enjoy unboxing videos, and you enjoy WWE figures, or if you enjoy WWE in general, you might like to check out the Discord in the description below. And also, you can check out our other playlists. We've got unboxing playlists, we've got WWE Supercard playlists, we've got various different things. Loads of stuff that you guys might be interested in. So, if you did like the video, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these little videos go up. And I will see you all in the next video. But for everyone else wanting to stick around for the nonsense, you're aware that Big Boss Man is the representative of the Big Boss Man on the Discord and in the KC card game videos. So now the rest of the nonsense comes. We're going to remove the gimmick. You can see that the camera has continued rolling, and let me just remove the hat for the Big Boss Man, and this is now going to be the Big Boss Man representative. And let's bring in some of the other competitors from the KC. So here we have the reigning WKC champion, myself, as the Grand Cat. That is not entirely off what I look like in real life. It is a relative representation of myself. And yes, Big Boss Man is indeed quite a bit taller than what I am, and quite a bit bigger. So it falls in line. Of course, we also have the figure of the situation, which the situation is not that massive, but if card games did indeed give muscles, situation would probably be there, because he's a hell of a competitor, very, very strong competitor, and there he is with all of his glory. Of course, we just recently reviewed the former King of the Cairds, the Edge Marquee. Oh my goodness, I really... Edge Marquee, you have got to win the King of the Cairds once again, because, oh my god, this is absolutely hilarious. But the Edge Marquee is not the King of the Cairds. At Cairdmania, he did not retain the WKC Championship, or he did, well, I retained the WKC Championship, but the Edge Marquee did not indeed get the King of the Cairds. Instead, the King of the Cairds was won by the Big Boss Man, and I spent far too much on getting this cape and crown. Let's just move you over to the side just a second situation. This cape and crown came from the elite figure of Harley Race, or King Harley Race, to say. And let us now adorn the Big Boss Man in all of his glory, trying to connect his fur cape around his neck. I'm just doing this off camera, just a second, folks. I hope that I hope there's some enjoyment that has been found with this, and of course, the big boss king deserves his big boss crown, like so. And there you have it, folks. There is not the big boss man, but now the big boss king as part of the KC line of figures, of representatives that we have. So once again, on the left, we have myself as a big old Grand Cat. You have the Edge Marquee. We have the Big Boss King currently, until he is dethroned. And you have the Situation, which is, of course, the Strong Collectibles Street Fighter V Alex figure. And that now is actually going to do this video, folks. I really hope that you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more unboxing videos, more card game videos, more of the KC crew, and of course join the Discord in the description below if you want to talk to any of us and all of our nonsense. And we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.